bring it down to quantum physics of how every atom has there's a plus and a minus pole. And so plus and minus will attract each other, and that is giving and taking. I do this, in return, I get that. Not to confuse with, oh, no, never mind. I was going to say not to confuse with having to have an expectation, because expectation is the thing that's coming from the ego, that's coming from the survival instinct within us, that's coming from this, oh, am I going to have enough? If I give, am I going to have enough? So that's a different story. And to have a bit of natural discernment around that, if you haven't listened to the podcast episodes that were in the additional resources of the last module, the story of the ego and the tree, and ego versus soul consciousness, I do encourage you to go back through that again as well, because that's the basis for everything we talk about, especially when it comes to the metaphysics. But giving and taking is a natural flow. It's a natural law. It's the karmic cycle. It's yin and yang, plus and minus. It's as above, so below, as within, so without. It's the law of polarity, the law of correspondence. I give you and you give me. You see that in nature, the sun and the water are giving the plants nutrients, and water and, earth and so forth. The elements give a plant nourishment and a place to grow and thrive in. And in return, the plant will absorb the CO2 and store it, right? To neutralize the atmosphere. Or, for example, we will grow and nurture the plant, or if we are good to our environment. Humans are not a prime example about this, but let's say an animal, okay? So especially herbivores, they're going about and grazing the plants, and all that, in their digestive process is coming back out as their poo going into the ground. That's becoming the compost that's creating the fertile ground for new plants to grow, right? Once those plants are grown, they're going to be feeding those animals. Those animals with their manure are going to be feeding the earth that's growing new plants and so forth, right? So you can see how in nature is karma. Karma is the cycle of action and response. One action is leading to another, is leading to another, is leading to another. And there's an energy behind that, okay? So everything is frequency, and therefore it's the same with money. So that is just a reminder that money itself is not evil, because energy itself is not evil. Energy simply is, nothing more. It's not pretty, it's not ugly, it's not positive, it's not negative, it's not really fucking furious or so joyous. Energy just is, right? And then there's different frequencies around of that energy. But again, they are not negative or positive as in a judgment type sense. Just think of music. Rather, they are higher or lower, or certain frequencies we might perceive as high, more high pitch and faster, like high brain waves. And others we might perceive as more low pitch and slower. But that's not, this is better than that, or this is more negative than that, right? There's no judgment, it just is. There's, again, that's where polarity comes in, and that's natural. So same with money. Money just is. And that means that we program money. We program anything, everything as human beings, because we put an energy to those natural frequencies again, right? And that energy is largely, the energy we put out into the world is largely determined by our own emotions, by our own state, and by our own energy that we hold around ourselves, certain issues, certain aspects of life, and you name it.